In 2014, 12,000 black taxis gathered on the main roads in central London. This protest caused serious traffic congestion in the city, and transportation almost completely came to a halt. Taxi drivers were protesting the Uber application because they said Uber threatened their livelihoods and that the competition was not fair. In London, drivers must pass the London taxi exam in order to obtain a taxi license. However, Uber drivers do not need to do any of this. But they wish they had not protested because the result was exactly the opposite. On that very day alone, the number of Uber app downloads increased by 850%. In fact, the taxi drivers had a valid point. In London, the taxi licensing exam known as the knowledge dates back to 1865, to the era of horse-drawn carriages, and is an extremely old system that is considered one of the hardest exams in the world. This exam forces taxi drivers to memorize 25,000 streets and 100,000 locations within a 10-kilometer radius centered on Charing Cross, the heart of London. Preparing for this exam can take drivers between 3 and 5 years. In contrast, all Uber requires is a clean criminal record. For this reason, taxi drivers continued their protests for 10 years. However, no one paid attention to them. Until recently, when authorities began to simplify the licensing exam in order to prevent London taxis from disappearing completely.